Jesus led me all the way. This my soul through endless ages. Jesus led me all the way. So I'll take a choice from these people over here. A choice. Number 476. Days are filled with sorrow and care. Hearts are lonely and drear. Burdens are lifted at Calvary. Jesus is very near. Burdens are lifted at Calvary. Calvary, Calvary. Burdens are lifted at Calvary. Jesus is very near. Cast your cares on Jesus today. Leave your worry and fear. Burdens are lifted at Calvary. Jesus is very near. Burdens are lifted at Calvary. Calvary, Calvary. Burdens are my God had found out me. Amazing love, how can it be that thou, my God, shouldst die for me? Long my imprisoned spirit lay, fast bound in sea and nature's night. While unmused a quickening ray, I walk the dungeon's flamed light. My chains fell off, my heart was free. I was where forth and followed thee. Amazing love, how can it be that thou, my God, shouldst die for me? No condemnation now I dread, Jesus and all in him is mine. Alive in him my living head, and clothed in righteousness. Love of Christ so freely given, grace of God beyond degree, mercy higher than the heavens, deeper than the deepest sea. All that thrills my soul is Jesus. He is more than life to me. And in my blessed Lord I see, everyone is done supplying, every good in him I see. On his strength divine relying, he is all in all to me. All that thrills my soul is Jesus. He is more than life to me. And the praise and glorify the King. All that thrills my soul is tree. He is more than life to me, and the fairest of 10,000 in my blessed Lord I see. Okay, let's rise with song number 286. Sing them over again to me, wonderful mercy.
no speaker. So don't go to where we had already indicated earlier. I said, wow, you know, at that time it was around 9. Kimaliza makambi ustahili kukaa sana mpaka watu waulize kwani kwao hana chakula hataki kuenda. So by 9 we were out of the camp meeting that we had completed. 9:30 I found myself somewhere being the guest speaker, being the guest speaker, but not on the list, and nobody knows that I'm there. So by 9 I was there. 9:30. Those of you come from that place, you know, and most of African Adventist cultures, several churches under one camp meeting, and they end up sending three from each church to come and cook for the pastor. You know, 17 churches, they send 3 members to come as the workforce. So I was there at 9:30. The mama who was in charge, in control, who seemed to be in control, not that I was there, said, kwani unasimama hapo? I was standing somewhere. I'd come with a bag. Of course, I made a blunder, not in ties, not in suits, in a t-shirt. So I'd put a bag somewhere where utensils would be put in the course of the week to dry. You understand what I'm describing? So my bag was there. Wewe kijana unasimama hapo na kazi imesimama. Come. I said, Mama, what should I do? Said, fine. Firewood, number 1. That was the first assignment. You know the program. The firewood was there. Where can I get the axe? Shocker. Said, run to the other. Unaona hiyo poma ingine ile, that is the head deacon's home. We want to ask for the axe. Nilipasua kuni. Saa 4, saa 5, saa 6. When I was done, Mama akaja akaniambia, congratulations. We wish we had young men like you. They know how to work. I wish we had only 5 like you. The camp meeting will be over. I said, I'm done, Mom. Do you see? I said, yeah, now they will dry enough. And our guests, when they come, they will get things done. While I thought that I was resting, as you know, around 3, there is rain coming. I was told, wait, mahindi iko nje inanyeshewa, and we have not gone to the posho mill. I have a sack I carried, reaching somewhere, I said, well, I'm done. Nikarudi nikamuuliza, na wiliparo iko mahali nitasatumia. This I have a sack. I'm completely, after hiyo kupasua kuni, nimechoka. Kuna njia nitapata wiliparo. Ile poma ingine ni ya helda, kimbia omba wiliparo. Nikaenda poma ya kwanza, hakuna mguu. Nikaenda ingine, haina. Anyway, at the end of the day, I went to the posho mill. To cut the long story short, I brought the kaunga, that is the flour, maize flour. That evening we were taking sukuma wiki, eggs, mayai, and a bit of the ugali. I was the chief. I don't know, in our place we call them chief cooker, but here it is cook. I mingled the kaunga very fast, it was ready. Water for visitors, you know, wageni ndio wanaingia, that is around now 7. Na nguo zangu nilienda nikatoa hapo juu nikawekelea nyumba ya kuni, because I'm the one who took in the entire firewood for the entire to the store. So my bag is somewhere in the store of firewood, not even the store of food. But I had checked which church had brought mayai, which one has brought managu, which one. I knew everything in the store for our feasters for the camp meeting. After cooking, I took the food. And we served the feasters hot water. By the time feasters were coming, 7, 6:30, 7, 8, hot water at each one's door. At the door, there is hot water, a jerrycan. As you come, karibu sana, mgeni anaperekwa. Oh, and then the food came. People were served eggs, sukuma wiki. Some of us, and we were using a lantern. I remember very well a lantern. There is no electricity in that setup by then. So I was seated in the corner where some lights, it's somehow dim. So the host pastor by then was my student. So when he came, he was coming from another camp meeting, passed through his house, then he came to where now we were. For him, he had been informed who is the chief guest speaker. The office normally communicates to the pastor, and that is it. And he had not communicated with the elders. So the pastor comes around 9:30 to see the guests. So he looked the front chairs. He only saw elder around here. And these people, the guests, you know, and we were 13 guests. Walimu wa watoto peke yao ni 7. Plus other 7 guests. Around 14, we were there. The 13 guests were there. Okay, pastor looked and said, karibu sana, karibu sana. I said, but there is a guest who is not here. Na ukumbuke kule nyuma, hatukupata mayai. Mayai inaishianga tu again. Uko nyuma, normally we get soup, you know, remains of sukuma wiki. And we had taken something, we can't complain. The pastor insisted, there is a guest who is not here. Kwani alienda wapi? Niliambiwa alikuja mapema. And then looking, I said, hey, my teacher, pastor, what are you doing behind there? Come. Wacha nikuambie, I was literally worshipped in the course of that week. The mama who was giving marching commands, pasua, posho meal, pika, and some few elders who came later, when they came to discover that I'm their guest speaker, not the chief cook. All people were chased away from they wanted me to sit sometimes on 3 chairs at the same time. You are reserved, somebody says that's not enough. You know, to delete what they did on the first day. You shine your shoe every time, so no, pastor, that is not clean enough. I was literally carried the whole week. There is no place I've been worshipped like that day. So when you come to this meeting of ours, kindly don't sit at the back there to wait for pastor to call you. Sit in the front. So ninaomba tu msonge mbele. Naomba tu msonge mbele tafadhali. Naomba tu make use of this. Make use of these chairs. This is not the camp meeting. It's good. Thank you for Thank you for obeying. I want to move very fast as we pursue something I introduced, but I have seen several members who are not here on 22nd of January. Let me see those who attended 22nd January in the afternoon. Yeah, you see, it had less than a half. Now that is the problem to move on, to move forward. But what I will do for the sake of them, and that is the challenge of what we call expository type of teaching, expository, or even textual, verse by verse as you move, but it's more of the expository than textual. Challenge is you need consistency of members, the same members. If I had a way of controlling circumstances, that I say these are the only members, I don't need new more, and I don't want any of you to drop, then it will be very easy to move. But every time you get there are new others who don't know anything, so it becomes hard to go to class 6, 7, 8, you have to go back again so that you bring some. So those of you who are there, if you remember anything, I thank God. But if you don't, relax. I will bring you on board at a very high speed as we progress. Question start came. We were asking ourselves, what is this, the gospel? What is this that makes the Seventh-day Adventist, the Christian church, different from all other religions? It's only one thing. It's not the structures. Hello? If it is the structures, there are some temples, some mosques, there are some worship centers which are mightier. Are you with me? Than even this structure. True or false? It's not the projects. It's not the social welfare. It's not anything. It is just one word called the gospel. Unless you understand it, then this can be as well as a very good Islam Adventism center, kind of. They teach like Adventist, they are like Muslim, you know. It's what distinguishes us, differentiates us from Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, Judaism, Taoism, Mahayanaism, Baha'ism, Jainism, Africanism, traditional African religions. It is one thing, the gospel. What is this that we call the gospel? That time I said, yes, Jesus came to address our predicament, sin, and then ask ourselves, what is this sin? I got answers, and I know even if I repeat it again, for those who are not there, they tell me the same. Dhambi ni nini? Uasi wa sheria. You know, transgression of God's uasi. Kutotii sheria. That is true, but that is not the entire truth. And so long as you don't know the entire truth, so long as you are not holding to the whole truth, you are equally on a very dangerous ground. Normally when you ask what is sin, John 1 John 3:4 comes to the mind. That everyone who sins, does what? Breaks the law. In fact, sin is lawlessness. When you live as if there is no law. When you do things as if God has never given direction. Lawlessness. That is what comes out very quick as Adventists. But also, another verse that comes to support, kivitu kama masengenyo, wifu, hakuna verse inayosema thou shall you not sengenya. So some of those, they are always found in John 5:17, 1 John 5:17. Or, I thought we are together and we are revising. Or wrongdoing, anything which is wrong and you are doing, whether there is a commandment or a law in regards to it, is sin. And then if you ask it, what are the examples of sin? Violation of the law, transgression of the law. You will hear of stealing. Are you with me? Thou shalt not steal. Breaking the Sabbath. Thou shalt not break the Sabbath. Or thou shalt you keep the Sabbath holy. Have one God. Thou shalt you have no another. Adultery or fornication. Thou shalt not fornicate or Which one have I not spoken? Which example again? Oh, killing. Someone is saying killing. Thou shalt not murder or kill. Those are examples. But by then, for the sake of those who have come and for the sake of reminding you, then the question comes, is this really our right definition of sin? Let me ask it the other way. Is that really the true definition of sin? Is that really the wrongdoing, the lawlessness? Is that what brought Christ from heaven? So that if you are now lawful, if you are keeping the law, then you are not a sinner. That is the implication. If you have not done anything wrong, then you are not a sinner. But that is half truth. And the devil, remember, sio rika ya nyokwe, sio rika ya nyokwe, sio rika ya nyoko. Shetani, with all the wisdom he has, atakuacha hapo tu, wewe ujue tu uasi wa sheria ndio dhambi. So usipohashi sheria, then things are okay with you and you end up in hell. We have greater challenge than uasi wa sheria, as we discovered. Now, we asked ourselves, if we had two representatives, two groups of people in the world, the first one there, black as the person is, the first one there, that one is just a human being, a woman, a man, Adventist, a non-Adventist, a believer, a non-believer, just a human being, me and you, a human being. And then we have a second one. But the first one, as you can see, the second one has even the Bible at the hand. And I was looking at black and white. Black, we normally know that it's black. I know when you get to heaven and you find that the Musungu, whether you will come down and say, Jesus, is this the devil who is a white man? No. I thought the devil is black. But anyway, that first one stands for lawlessness. Someone who does not keep the law. Doesn't care whether it's a Sabbath. Doesn't care the issues of stealing. Doesn't care much about killing. This is not a believer. It's not a Christian. He doesn't believe in God. Actually, he believes there is no even God. Do we have people like that? Wako? Yeah, there is that. Doesn't go to any church. Third one, a very bad man. If we want to use, it's good that our children are not here. I will say that is bada. It's very bad. Just a bada. When you are told that this guy has become your neighbor, you will run away. A neighbor. He's not just a thief. Let me describe him proper. He's not just a thief. He's a robber. There's a difference between a thief and a robber. A robber comes and tells you, uko na tai kama yangu, kwanza hiyo ni yangu, nitore, nipe. Unatoa, anaweka kwa mfuko, na hiyo saa ni yangu. Na unaangalia. That is a robber. He is not just an adulterous, a fornicator. He is a rapist. You get the difference? He's a very bad guy. If you knew that the amehamia utawala hapa, the nearest you can find yourself comfortable is past Naivasha, Nakuru, 300 kilometers away. For example, if you were told there is a terrorist who has come around here, would you even worship online, saying, I don't want to die? We have terrorists. They enjoy killing. They are not just murderers, killers that by accident I knocked you and you are gone. Anakuja anasema now, I'm out, and he plugs around that I have killed several. Do we have people like that? There. Then there is another one here. This is a Christian, a believer, a saved. Huyu mkikutana na kuambia Bwana asifiwe, I am saved and Jesus is my Lord. Amen. This one. If kama ni Adventist atakwambia huyu, it doesn't steal. This one doesn't steal. This one, the second one, the one in white. He prays. This one fasts. This one. The other one doesn't care about the prayer, fasting. Huyu anapepanga kanisa, Biblia na lesson na songbook. At the right place, for you carry anywhere. At the right place, and softly walks to the sanctuary. And in the sanctuary, this second one keeps silent, for the Lord is in his holy temple. This one worships God, and the only one God in truth and spirit, and on the right day. Not another day, but on the right day. This one, the second one. Whereas the other one eats anything. This is pork. Sawa, you're pork in your term. Later. This one, what is that? Please. Water. Very careful. I want you to see the contrast between the two. At the age of 25, 35, 40, at a very tender age, while the robber, the thief, the other one, they are digging under the ground 100 feet so that they wafikie kwa bank, kwa ATM, na watoe. Unashanga wananusanga ATM iko up. How do they know exactly? They don't miss it. The other one, while he's robbing, he meets with the askari. While they are stealing cows, you know, some of us who have come where other communities were knew that we were keeping their cows. They come every night. They come every night. By the way, don't think that we do not have people like that. 1972. Anybody who has been to Bugema University? As you enter the main gate, there is a building on your right hand side. As you enter the main gate, that building. 1972, things happened of this first one. Things happened. And I don't have time to let you know. Sometimes a very bitter experience. Very, very bitter. 269 girls. That was by then a high school, because the college and the high school and the primary were all centered at one place. Not like now where they have been allocated some other piece of land within the same place. 369 soldiers, askaris. I'm just cut shorting They came, they robbed the previous night. They came at midnight. They went to the bush, took the principal by then, took him by then the system in Uganda had collapsed. There are many issues. There is a 1972, I think, and 74, Bugema University, Iriama, by then it was a college, and it came to Watamu, Mombasa, for 2 years, and people were graduating from a Ugandan university, but the place they were in Watamu, and that was the only thing, and the only college they had by then. But the previous 2 nights, at midnight, the Askaris came, robbed everything, took the food. The second day, they took the principal to the village, to the bush, 3 kilometers in the bush, carried all the money. The banks were not working. You collect school fees, you look for a polythene paper, you dig somewhere, you keep until when the system will be in place. So when they came the 4th day at midnight, so the principal asked, you have taken everything. What do you want today? He said, no, principal, don't worry. Let us go. Go, move. At the gunpoint, they took him to the dorms. Now I'm referring, as you enter. And then they were there with the guns. They said, principal, tell the matron to open the guards' dorms. The principal commanded, the dorms were open. Guards were woken up. All of them were killed. The Askaris took everything. The personal effects, mafuta, sapuni, kila kitu, were packed on the trailer, and then the tractor pulled it away, and then the Askaris now remained 269 in number with their commander, and then the commander began to command girls, up out, turn, straight, one line, right face, they all right down, and they were raped by those Askaris. Each one of them, 200 plus, 16 girls died on spot. 269 raping each and one of them. And then what surprises me, when the cry was too much, the pain, the agony, people fainted, they can no longer scream. The commander asked the principal, why did the principal was looking? And I am sure you know some of you the principal. Reuben Mugerwa. When he looked this way, he asked the principal, these girls are making noise, and the noise is, reducing the appetite for my boys. Why are they crying? You do not understand how far sin turned human beings. For you, you think because of stealing. While this one is stealing, at the age of 35, it's in the bank. The Askaris come, dead. And then now we say, tangu komanda fulani akuje hii eneo, tunararanga na amani. We thank God they died. You know, they killed them. We have peace. Kaput at the age of 25, 35. Then we say, Romans 6:23, for the wages of sin is, young men, don't be like this one. The wages of sin is, no, those are using the verses upside down. We don't die because of what we do. We die because of something bigger. But this good one, Guda, that one was badder. Guda, you know, this one. What is that? Soya. Water. I'm fasting. This one. The other one eats even garbage. The other one. At the age of 95, 100, 200, 1 year, 100 plus years, kaput. Why do good people die like bad? Those who violate the law and those who keep the law. Ni kwa nini wote wanakufa? Watu wazuri na wabaya. Na mwingine akasema, wazuri ndio wanakufanga haraka na wanaenda. Wabaya ndio tumepaki. At the age of 95, the person also dies. When I'm called to preach there, the verse now is not the wages of sin is dead. No. Blessed are those who rest in the Lord from now. They will rest. But why? Obedient people, righteous people, fasting people, faithful people, kwa nini wanakufa just like the bad people? Then we went ahead. I wish Dr. Ochanda was here. He asked the question which I tried to respond. Why, kwa nini, a child of one day, if sin is lawlessness, kutotii sheria, mtoto wa wiki moja, 1 week, Mtoto huyu amejua Sabato? 1 week. Mtoto amejua soya? Come on. Amejua soya? Stealing, adultery, fornication, lawlessness? It is no. Why do babies of 1 day, 1 week die? You supported us when a PK, a child of a pastor, 1 week, akuwa ameiba, akuwa ametamani, you know, rastfully, akuwa ameangalia miniskirt, dead. Why? We do not die because of what we do. We die because of something bigger. And when Jesus came to save us, he didn't come to save us from what we do. He came to save us from that big thing. And you will never appreciate and know the gospel unless you understand fully what you are saved from. Because salvation is completely opposite of sin. If sin, kama dhambi ni kunyoa, bas, salvation ni kuacha nywele. If sin ni kuacha nywele, fine, salvation then ni kunyoa. If it's coming this way, if sin is coming this way, then it's coming this way now is salvation. It's the direct opposite. So allow me to just revise what we did. We have as human beings, we have 2 problems: what we do and what we are. We have 2 problems: the secondary and the primary. The secondary is what we know: the stealing, the abusing, you know, the lawlessness. That is a challenge. I'm not saying keep it, do it. No. I'm saying that is a challenge, what we do, but it is secondary. That is not our primary, our core problem. And even in our messages, you know, in our songs, in our sermons, the address should not be what we do. The address should be something, our greater challenge that makes people die physically, and that is what makes us die spiritually, as a matter of fact. And that is now what brings eternal death, not even what we do. So what we do, what man does, the stealing, the abusing, the cheating, the Sabbath breaking, the non-swearing, you know, the non-swearing, that is sins. That is what we do. But that is not what brought Jesus from heaven. Jesus, let me put it the other way around. Jesus didn't come to fight the stealing, the abusing, the unfaithfulness as bad as they are. That was not his major focus. He came to focus at our primary challenge, because this is our secondary. We have what we call the primary challenge. We call it sin. And the sin is not the singular, so that the sins is plural. I am not teaching English. If you need English, don't ever come to me, because you will not know anything. Just go to the experts. They are there. I am teaching you what we call the knowledge of God, theology, the Bible. And I'm using English as a means of communication, translating it from several other languages to English. And now English has only one word, sin. So that sins is singular. And the sin, the second one, is also singular. So don't say sin is when you steal once. Sins is when you steal and you also cheat. You see, now they become sins. That is English. Sins, even when you steal once, just stealing, you look at the miniskirt once and you wish, it is sins in the plural, but it's one action. This, what man is, what a woman is sin. Elder, let me repeat again. Ngota, you have greeted sin, and you have also greeted what? Sin is man, and man is sin. Where you see a human being, mtu ni dhambi, na dhambi ni mtu. Hatukui wenye dhambi kwa kutenda, kwa sababu ulitenda. Utende, usipotenda, kwanza wewe ni mwenye dhambi. Na kwa sababu wewe ni mwenye dhambi, that's why you do wrong things. We don't become sinners by doing. We are sinners by being. I have given you a simple example there. Psalm 51 verse 3. I became a sinner in my mother's womb. Katika tumbo ya mama yangu, while I was in the womb. And at birth, I became a sinner. As soon as the child comes, and you go there, anafanana mama. Maraika. Don't say maraika. Dhambi. Because sin is man and man is sin. And that is what brought Jesus from heaven. If it was just stealing, he could have said, don't steal. And there were people who were not stealing by the time he came. When you understand the human predicament, your own predicament, you will appreciate Jesus and even love him more, and you love him than anything else. But when you don't know, I will come here, tiko you a bit, inajua, tiko, mnacheka mnasema, pastor yule, anatuchekesha, autarara. It's because you don't know what is the gospel. You think everything and anything and even good advice is the gospel. A gospel comes to address the sin. I became a sinner in my mother's womb. Last time, simama. Si wewe ni msichana? You are a female. Are you sure? Siongea vizuri kabisa tusikie. Are you a female? And you are sure you are a female? What can you do so that you cease to be a female? Suppose you fast for a month. It won't happen. When did you become a female? In your mother's womb. Suppose you look for a long trouser. And then the sitting department is not that big. And then you speak some pace. Nywele unyoe kabisa. Will you become a male? Suppose you eat all soya in the world. Will you become a male? It takes only God to change you from a female to a male. As we became sinners, it's because you underrate sin. As we became sinners in our mother's womb, and we came out and we are sinners, and then we keep now doing wrong things, there is nothing you will do, absolutely nothing that can change you to be acceptable in the kingdom of where? Of God. As you cannot change yourself if you are a male to a female. Whether you do anything or you don't do anything, it's only God. It takes God. So it is with our matter salvation. That it's God who came from heaven. I want to move very fast and differentiate. So sin is not what I do. Sin, the second one. The one which is in me. It's not what I do. It's what I am. And because I am sin, now I do wrong things. I steal. I sometimes I'm unfaithful. So I do wrong things to prove that there is a bigger problem that I have. It's not what I do that makes me a sinner. It's already what I am that helps me to do the wrong things that I'm doing. And I